next presentation will be done by Madam Ibrahim Adiza. Please, a round of applause for her. Please, I hope you are writing. In the next 10 minutes, you'll be done. No, are you writing?
10 minutes. Why are you saying 10 minutes? It's 15. Don't do that. Thank you very much. I think I wanted us to ease a bit, but then there was dancing, so it is fine. But we still need to get up. You know, we are here because of one thing, and it is because we all want to become women of substance. We are already, but we want to keep becoming women of substance, virtuous women, women of valor, phenomenal women, great women. We want to take up roles where men are. We want to do the work because we are capable. Being a woman is just a gender title. It doesn't limit us. It doesn't stop us. Nobody can gag us. We can become rich women. We can become wealthy. Whatever we want to acquire. I see a lot of teens here. I know you are so fascinated with material stuff. A lot of you. iPhone, I want an iPhone. Oh, I want this small car. I want this. You can buy them. You all need to be intentional. But before we start, can we put our hands here? We make like a pledge. My name is Adiza Ibrahim. First of all, I represent Electroland Ghana Limited. I also represent the Zango community, and I am the Woman of the Year 2023, Goa. In no particular order, welcome everybody. It is my turn. And my theme is on turning your vision into profitable business. We all have vision, I believe. If you are in this room, doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter whether you are married, you are single, you are a young girl, you are in school, you are an entrepreneur, you are a business, you haven't been educated, you haven't gone to the university, you don't have a degree, you just have a diploma. I'm using these as examples because they are the realities. I do a lot of women empowerment stuff, and in my targeted area, which is the Zango communities and the Zango girls, these are the realities. So a young girl can just be depressed because her friend is telling her that she has a degree, she has a master's, and for her, she's now at ATTC or she's now at Ghana Polytechnic. So she's feeling down. She's thinking, let me just leave it because my friends are ahead of me. You can turn everything to become successful. You can. So I am deeply honored to have been asked to share my thoughts on a topic I find very appropriate, looking at the time we are in, turning your vision into profitable business. Today's generation is quite different from mine. Our millennials are more demonstrative, more vocal, have quite an advantage with regards to the opportunities available to them. This makes the topic a very important one for me, for you, and everybody gathered in this room. I was determined to become successful, and I worked towards it. And this journey started way back in 2012, and that was right after my national service. So here is a young girl who wanted to become a broadcast journalist. My father believed in the dream. My mom, anytime there's a TV commercial or there's a news reportage, and she sees the news anchor, she's like, this is where my daughter will be. So it ate into my head. 4 years in the university, I did broadcast journalism, photojournalism. I did communications as a broad subject. So I knew that right after school, Adiza will become a journalist. Right after school, the moment I come and I show you my certificate, you should give me a job if it is a media house. But my teens, my adolescents, my teenagers, my women still finding your path, your career path. It doesn't work like that. The knowledge we garner in school, at whatever level it is, it doesn't work like that. It is a different environment when you are done with the theories, whether 4 years, 6 years, 2 years, 1 year. It is a different environment. But we are here because we want to listen to the people. We want to listen to respective views so that we'll turn our lives around. And I am centering on my own theme to become successful. So it doesn't matter whether there's a certificate or there is not. Doesn't matter whether you are in school at the moment studying engineering, pharmaceutical, you are studying nursing, you are doing catering, you are doing events, you are doing photography or broadcast journalism as I wanted to. It doesn't matter. So in 2012, I did my national service with Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority. And as I was expecting after university that I will be given a placement at a media house because I did my attachment at TV3. So I was expecting that once the placement come, I will be with TV3, I will go to Metro TV, or I'll go to GH1, amongst others. But it wasn't like that. It came and I got Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority, public relations. But I did broadcast journalism. How was I going to do this? I was happy because that moment I had friends who were also looking to get a placement. So I was at an advantage. For them, they didn't even have a placement at all. But I got an opportunity. I said, if I'm not getting the broadcast journalism and there's public relations, it all falls under communication. But you know, when you go to school, when you major, there are certain theories that you get. I didn't have, but I took the opportunity. I did my service with GPHA. I did for a while. I was good. I am a very humble person. I won't stand there and even brag, but I was good. I took up that opportunity because from that age, was I 23, 24? I knew that I didn't just want to be one of the girls. Oh, she went to university and she's home. One fine BBR. I needed to make that statement for myself first of all, because amongst your peers in the neighborhood, you have some, they have been tuned so much, they don't believe in education. And the men in the neighborhood, if men want to say, oh, this is a beautiful young woman, the first thing they will tell the person to disinterest them, if there's a word like that, is they are going to Obroni school, like an English school. This one, they are wayward. Don't go to that house, they are wayward. My daddy believed so much in education. My father, Adiza Ibrahim, never saved. And when you ask him, he will tell you that his daughters are his bank account. And this is true story. Anybody that knows my dad from Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority, he worked there for 36 years, will tell you that the man never joked with his daughters. So I took up the role. I performed. I learned. I encouraged others. I listened. Every time there was an opportunity in my department, I would get the highlight because I was determined to succeed. Becoming successful is not gender bias. You decide if you wanted to not, you decide if you don't want to be successful. The man telling you that you are not supposed to aim high doesn't know what he's talking about. Because up there is a beautiful place. It's a place that when you have power, when you have authority, when you have the comfort over everything, nobody can look down on you. Up there is a very beautiful place. And I want all of us to aim to be successful. It is even in the Quran. And it is in the Bible. In our Quran, Nana Khadija, she was very successful. She married our prophet. She had money. She did a lot of charitable works. So who am I? I need water. So who am I to say I don't want to be successful? I needed to be successful. So I did the service all right. I finished. And that was the turning point. You know, you get the opportunity and you think that, thank you. And you think that, oh, once I performed at my national service, just like you work and you expect a bonus from your boss, I thought, I'm done with the service. And every week, my boss gives me kudos. So why not? I should be able to become a permanent staff here. And my dad also works there, so he will use, sometimes, even though it is not a good thing. So I finished, and GPHA kept telling me, oh, we'll get back at you. Oh, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. My letter will go. I'm expecting good news. We'll get back at you. We'll get back at you. They never got back to me. One day, I looked my dad in the eyes. He pampers us a lot. I said, Baba, I don't want to take housekeeping money from you. You have done well. You have taken me to school for 4 years. Anybody that went to university with me from even SHS will tell you that unless I don't mention to my daddy that we need PIN, the next minute a driver is in the school to bring the PIN. Sometimes, daddy, forgive me, but upesika. We are supposed to buy a camera for photojournalism. But this man would do it. So I looked at him and I said, Daddy, I don't want to take housekeeping money again. Gapua is not getting back at me. My passion has always been to become a broadcast journalist. I got the opportunity to do service at the public relations department, and I was expecting that I would deviate, because in choosing your career path and in even intending to become successful, it doesn't matter whether you stand here today to make a promise to yourself that you want to fly a helicopter. It doesn't matter. The career path, you can be going all the way straight, but when you get to a point, there's curve. And if the curve happens, please don't let that demoralize you. Because sometimes the curve that you don't want to take is actually where you succeed. And lots more times we think that, oh, this is what I want to be from childhood, and I have to follow that path. The systems we have, the economy we are in, it doesn't favor us like that. We are not Germans. For Germany, I'm told from a very young age, they look at you and they know what you be capable to do. So they start nurturing you from that level. But it doesn't work like that. And we cannot also fold our arms and say that because our system is not strategized to make it happen, we'll be waiting. I want to become a doctor, so I'm folding my arms in my room with my certificate until somebody calls me that there is an offer for doctor position. It doesn't work like that. I looked at the man and I told him, I don't want housekeeping money again. Let me find my life. I picked up a phone. I called a friend who I sat in class for 4 years with, but she's older than I am. I said, Selina, my brain na fie biom. They've started murmuring already. You see, when she went to the school for 4 years, they are home. There's no work. Selina, please, I'm looking for a job. She said, Adiza, you have a degree. What I have readily is I'm a startup brand. I deal in Maiden African products, but if you are willing to work, I know who you are. Come, you become a manager. But I don't have a shop. I don't have a boutique. I run from my car boot. Will you want to work with me? I said, Selina, why not? She said, on Tuesday start. Tuesday morning, I sat in my commercial car from my Shaiman, Lebanon. And the next minute, I was in Achimota. And we started there. So, becoming successful, I had a vision. However, I would do to stand here, to be able to be deemed fit, to be called upon to stand here. I did it. If I hadn't added substance, would you listen to me? You will look at the program lineup and say, why Sunye? We go to programs not intentionally wanting to look down on them, but your names are mentioned and you go like, who is this? I don't know the person. What are they coming to say? What's the impact? So I took up the role, a degree holder who has background in broadcast journalism, who just finished doing public relations and is going to sell handbags. I took up the role. Humble beginnings. It is very crucial. Humble beginnings. You see, yes, sir, yes, madam, yes, sister, yes, senior. Sometimes you want to bend. It is very important. If you don't serve with humility, you will not rise. Now you yourself, how much is your money? What do you even have that you don't want to save? So I took up that role. And when I took up, it was my first time doing sales directly. Even though I used to sell for my mom because she used to sell food, I had customer experience. But that was my first time. I took up the role and I started selling for her. I leave home, I come to her place in Achimota. I'm building a story because I want to tell you that becoming successful doesn't just work like that unless you have black magic. And do you have black magic? Because if you do, I will take it and make life easy. That is just on a lighter note. So I took up the role, then I started working for her. And that was the time digital media had started. That was the time people who knew about social media, that was the time they started leveraging. Nobody taught me digital media. But I knew that, Selena, this brand that you have is a startup. How can we connect to people who live outside Achimota? How can we connect to people who live beyond Accra? How can we continue and cross to the diaspora? It is African, made in African. And the diasporians will love it. The foreign people will love it because it is made with our rich print fabrics and it is made with quality leather. So they will love it. It is authentic. So I opened social media for her. Nobody taught me. I surfed around and I found my way. Then we started doing it. So she'll be at home and she'll call me and ask, Adiza, how did you do this? Somebody from America just called. Somebody from London. Somebody from here called. They want to place order. They want huge consignment. They want 20 bucks at a go. Then we started building that business. Today, Selena Babe is celebrated and recognized as one of the top Maiden African brand. She's been featured in international and local prestigious platforms. But I worked with her from there. I served her. Sometimes you serve beyond your comfort. In becoming successful, you have to be uncomfortable sometimes. I need you to know. You may want to close at 3 because you, from where I am coming, there's an hour, so you have to go to that hour. But your madam is telling you, you have to stay till 6, you have to stay till 7. So sometimes you have to sacrifice your comfort. Sometimes you have to be uncomfortable if you want to become successful. It is not as easy as you think it is, but you need to put in the work. I worked with her. I started from broadcast journalism with no qualification in public relations. Then I moved to sales. And from sales, one time there was an advertisement in the newspaper from Azadeya Ghana Limited. They were bringing international fashion brand in Ghana called Mango. That experience I garnered from Selena Babe within the 2 years, I became confident enough to know that I have impeccable customer service. I became confident enough to know that I could seal a deal, whether it is in Ghana or it is outside Ghana. I became confident enough to know that if you have a brand, you have to position that brand in a way that it attracts or speaks to your targeted audience. So with that experience, I didn't need anybody to tell me, you can do this job. They said they were looking for managers. I applied. They gave me assistant manager. I took it like that. They took me to a branch in West Hills Mall. Within 1 week, the manager, usually when they are coming and it is a new business, they don't like putting the blacks. I'm not being racist, but they don't like putting the blacks on top. So either there is a white person and you are below them. So there was a manager and I was an assistant. We work within a week. He would stand there and look at me and said, this girl, there's something. You know what? West Hills Mall is a new mall. It's not moving well. Accra Mall is the booming area. That is where all the elitism is. And when you take this, your capabilities and your skills, when you take it to Accra Mall, we will oversell. You've been promoted. You are a manager and not an assistant. So go to Accra Mall. I went to Accra Mall. Long story short, it was successful. I was there and there was an opportunity with Electroland Ghana Limited. They were looking for head of marketing. My husband said, you can do this, apply for it. If you know Electroland, you know that we are the biggest conglomerate and the key distributor of Samsung Media, brand owners of NASCO. Now we have acquired the sole dealership or distributorship of TCL. I just came back from Kumasi this morning because I went to open the flagship shop in Kumasi. And within a week, I've opened 7 showrooms for TCL under Electroland. I started last Saturday and I ended yesterday. The next phase will start on Monday. How did I do it? I had a vision. I want to become successful. I don't want to be referred to as just the normal girl. And it is not gender specific. It is not gender bias. We are women. We are capable. We have the power. Look at the kind of things we do. I have 3 kids and there's an under 1 baby. When I did with Selena Bebe and I got Electroland and I knew that my certificate was just in broadcast journalism, quickly I went back to school to go and do my master's in marketing, because even though practicality is very important, I needed to get the theoretical part of marketing. So I quickly went back to school. And I did MBA in marketing. And I'm using it to drive strategies. I'm using it to write campaigns. I'm using it to write marketing communications and campaigns to drive Electroland. It is not a small company. And I am proud. Not proud because I want to drag other women there. I'm not too proud because I'm just the only woman amongst men, top management. But I'm not proud about it because I want to pull other women there. When we enter into the room, there's supposed to be equality because women are capable. When you get the opportunity in this room, I cannot just look at you and say, you can do this job. Unless you tell me, unless you get connected, unless you come close and tell me, I can do this. And please, it shouldn't only be lip service. Because these days, companies, we are not doing it well. Companies don't want you to just bring 3 pages of CV. You come and speak English, and when you have the platform, you cannot deliver. You have to deliver. So please, all of us can become successful. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter the qualifications you have. And somebody who got the opportunity to also work with a fashion brand, I said, me, myself, I want to be a fashion house. How can I do it? I love fashion. Along the side of running this work for Electroland Ghana Limited, I opened my own boutique, Kubra Diamonds Boutique. And that is a second source of income I am getting. I want to become successful. You can work with people and become successful. You can also become your own person, and you will also bring other people on board. So that is giving 2 or 3 young women employment. And I am also being employed by another company. And through this same initiative, I've been able to launch a project called Zango Women Livelihood and Empowerment Program. Single-handedly, without any funding from anybody, except water, biscuits, and mineral water, I empower young girls to learn skills and development. I build their capacity because it is painful when you listen to the stories of women, you listen to the story of young girls, and everything boils down to lack of economic liberation. For as low as an amount for Indomie, a young girl can be molested sexually because she doesn't have the economic empowerment. She doesn't have the money. Her parents don't have it. Quickly, they want to push her over into early marriage. These days, the news about early marriage is going, but we need a lot of you to become successful. Success, you determine whether it is big. You can be in your small corner and you are successful. So let me end by hinging on this key points that I had for you. 1 can never stop learning. You need to have a learner's mentality. Always strive to get better at your passion. Humility will take you very far and will open doors of opportunity for you. Have mentors. It is important. You need mentors. The career path you have chosen, the entrepreneurial path you have chosen. Look within your communities, near or far, and choose mentors that will shape your thoughts, that will help you to learn. People have walked your path before. Ideally, you need to learn from them. Be decisive, act as quickly as possible. The doors of opportunity tend to close quickly. What you consider success is someone's starting point. Leave room for growth in your life plan and trust Allah. Let me commend Deborah for this laudable initiative. I am happy to see that we have a full house, and this is my take. Thank you so much.